So what's your early prediction?
I'm gonna go with Khamzat by Mortal Kombat finish.
Now, I want to say the first round is going to be 10-8 Khamzat. I want to start this off by making it very clear. This might be a 10. Look, this might be a 10-7.
But Nate got this thing he do where he kind of gets dropped on purpose to kind of tire out his opponent. He don't want to do it against Khamzat.
Now, this is a 5-round fight. So I just want to say, if this fight go past 1 round, I'm calling it Nate Diaz. And as delusional as I might sound right now, if this fight go more than 5 minutes, because I saw everything I needed to see in the Gilbert Burns fight.
No, you didn't. Gilbert is a top 5. He's a tough opponent. A lot of people say, oh, yeah, he looked human against Gilbert. He does, but we can't... I'm going to say this, man. If Usman wasn't the champion, Gilbert probably would be champion.
About this one. Now we got Khamzat and Diaz. Wait a minute, they got Khamzat as the A side, and Nate Diaz is the B side. The card overall is like, Now this is a 5-round fight, so I just want to say, if this fight go past 1 round, I'm calling it Nate Diaz. And as delusional as I might sound right now, if this fight go more than 5 minutes, because I saw everything I needed to see in the Gilbert Burns fight.
No, you didn't. Gilbert is a top 5. He's a tough opponent. A lot of people say, oh, yeah, he looked human against Gilbert. He does, but we can't... I'm going to say this, man. If Usman wasn't the champion, Gilbert probably would be champion. Gilbert would be champion if it wasn't for Usman. They both got exposed. Khamzat and Gilbert, they both look bad in that fight, to be honest.
Both look
not bad, but they both kind of got exposed a little bit.
Man, I'm saying this. Khamzat showed that he got 1 round of cardio, that he got some heart. But that ain't going to work against Nate Diaz. And look, I know Nate Diaz got some glaring holes in his game, but unfortunately, Chimaev only got 1 round worth of exposing it. He got 5 minutes. And if you look at how Nate got beat against Leon, but then came on later in the fight, he's going to be able to do that, but earlier, because Chimaev going to get tired in round 1 or 2. He's going to get tired. He's going to get tired, and he's going to get gassed. And once you get exhausted, it's over. The only thing I can see is Nate getting cut, and then that turning into a thing that's scar tissue. But I'm calling it right now for Nate Diaz.
Hey, the fun thing is, you said the only thing you see is Nate getting cut. I thought you were talking about actually getting cut from the UFC.
Well, that's also
he has been losing a couple of these fights.
Well, but at the end of the day, no matter how many fights he loses, he fill up an arena. The pay-per-views go up. When his name is on a card, people seem to care about it more than all the other people who won X amount of fights in a row. How many people we seen they won? I mean, he'll sell more fights than Islam, no matter how many fights Islam can win 20 more fights in a row. He'll never sell more than Nate Diaz. That's why he gonna be around as long as he want to. He gonna stick around as long as. But the thing is,
what if Khamzat catch him early on and crack Nate and finish him?
That ain't gonna happen. Because he looked now.
You also gotta understand, like Nate, he's used to being taller and longer. Khamzat and Nate, I think Khamzat might be a little bit bigger than Nate.
I'm telling you right now, it's a 5-round fight. How is Khamzat gonna win in 25 minutes? He gotta win in 5 minutes.
And that's very likely. That's very possible. You don't have to knock knee out that he can pick him up, slam him, and take his back.
And then choke Nate Diaz out. What do you
take his back and finish him? That he can finish Nate. Khamzat.
With what?
He can finish Nate with a rear naked choke. He can finish him with ground and pound. He could do ground and pound and hurt Nate and then take his back. I'm not saying that Khamzat has better ground game than Nate. I'm just saying he can pick him up and out grapple him like how Usman did RDA almost. But he can do it and be more aggressive. And well, he's going to have to get the finish.
I'm telling you this right now. If this fight go more than 5 minutes, which it more than likely will, that crowd, once Khamzat get tired, look, if Nate Diaz, I know he got 13 losses and he done dropped the ball several times. I'm saying several times, he done dropped the ball. But this right here, as much as an unfavorable matchup as it seems, it actually plays into his hand. This will be the one fight that he win it'll outweigh everything else. And you could arguably at that point give him a title shot. As crazy as it sounds.
It's not going to outweigh what he did to Conor in that first fight. But this will actually be the same thing.
This will be the same thing because the Conor fights have not aged as beautifully because Conor has fell off tremendously. I mean, it has been just a a slippery slope. It has been just a major. I don't even know how to describe it. Conor ain't nearly what he used to be. So
I think the UFC is using Nate's name because if Nate go out there and win against Khamzat, okay, he might get a title shot.
That's what I'm saying.
And if he lose, it's kind of like, well, we can send you home, pack your bags up, and it's like they can kind of just use his name, which is kind of messed up.
No, that's business, and that means Nate's gonna get paid. That ain't messed up. He getting paid for this fight. You think Nate Diaz not getting paid?
Which I don't think Khamzat should took this fight.
Terrible.
This is horrible, man.
If this was 3 rounds, okay, Khamzat. If this was a 3-round fight,
Rory McDonough versus Nate all over again.
But worse, if this was 15 minutes, and I had somebody pointing the gun at me saying who I thought was gonna win, Khamzat all day. 25 minutes.
But do Khamzat hit harder than Conor McGregor? Because this almost be like a Khamzat, or this will almost be like a Conor versus Nate. Almost, but he's bigger and stronger.
Now I want to say the first round is going to be 10-8 Khamzat. I want to start this off by making it very clear. This might be a 10. Look, this might be a 10-7.
But Nate got this thing he do where he kind of gets dropped on purpose to kind of tire out his opponent. He don't want to do that against Khamzat.
Hold on.
He get ground and pounded doing that.
But I'm gonna tell you something else though.
Imagine if Conor hurt Nate in the first fight, well, in the second fight or the first,
and he had rounds.
No, in the first and second fight, because he hurt him in both fights.
Oh,
so imagine,
imagine
if Conor hurt Nate in the first or second fight, and he had Khamzat's ground game and that top game.
We might not be here right now. Have this conversation. This conversation might not be happening. His face still might be in the mat, in the canvas somewhere. That might be.
Khamzat gonna have to get in full mount and stay in full mount and just wear Nate out.
How he gonna get a full mount? And I'm gonna tell you
in the first round. In the first round, so you saying Khamzat can't get Nate in the full mount?
That'll be the craziest thing you could do is to dive into Nate Diaz. He might get subbed up with a guillotine. Bro, look, it ain't that many people who I might say, hey, go for a guillotine. But Nate Diaz is proven to be one of those guys. Yeah, hey.
Oh, yeah, against Melvin Gillard, it might work, but not against Khamzat.
You're right. But look, but I'm saying this, though. Another thing is, like, it's just a matter of when. It's just a matter of when. He's going to get tired.
No, it's a matter of what. Do Khamzat know this a 5-round fight?
Hey, I hope somebody telling him this is going to be 25 minutes, because...
It'll be like Dan Henderson. Who Dan Henderson fought against? And he thought it was Shogun. He thought it was a 3-round fight, 2 more rounds.
And you just went through hell and back, and you got to do it for 10 more minutes.
I gave everything I had in the first 3 rounds. So do you think Nate has a striking advantage against Khamzat?
Well, look, he got the everything advantage after the 5 minutes. Now look, don't get me wrong. It's going to be like he fighting 5 people. In that first round, it's going to look like he getting jumped.
When Nate fought Leon in the second, the third, and the 4th round, his striking didn't look good at all.
Khamzat striking is not on the level of Leon. Let's not do that. We cannot use what Leon did against Nate, and say that's what Khamzat could do. Khamzat does not have the skill to maintain. First of all, Khamzat got power. I just want to make it clear. And I like Khamzat cool, but he make no mistake about it. He just got power.
But I just see Nate just missing.
He gonna wear him down. Oh, that's another thing.
Nate be missing from a mile when he throw his punches. It's like, man, what are you doing?
And Khamzat don't. Against that little small ass Gilbert Burns, bro, he was missing. Come on, man. He almost knocked out the cameraman missing some of the punches. You better stop. You better stop, bro. They almost hit Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I'm knocked out Gilbert too. How you beat Gilbert Burns and now you fighting Nate Diaz? I don't understand that. See, TJ would take a title shot.
It's called money. That's why.
I never thought Khamzat would be that type of fighter though.
After he just went through war with Gilbert and realized that, he started thinking, you know what, I gotta get paid for this because I easily could have lost that fight. At least if I get $1 million,
wouldn't it be boring if Khamzat just took him down for 5 rounds?
He can't. I mean, he don't have the cardio to do that. Nothing for 5 rounds. That's what I'm telling you. He don't have the cardio for that. Everything he can do gonna be within the span of 1 round to maybe 2 rounds. Nate is gonna walk him down. At some point, he's going to make him tired, and Khamzat, he's gonna submit Khamzat. I'm telling you right now, he's gonna submit Khamzat.
Why did he take this Nate fight? Why didn't he take the Vicente fight?
Look,
why did you take a normal fighter?
It don't matter who it was. For 25 minutes, I'm picking anybody over Khamzat unless they just get. If we talking about somebody who was historically get crushed in the first round, then I get it.
Yeah, but it's quite naturally for fighters to pace themselves in a 5-round fight, though.
Man, ain't nothing like a 5-round fight against somebody like Nate Diaz, who has shown Dude, Khamzat is just the type of fighter that Nate can actually win against in a 5-round fight.
Man, Nate washed up, man.
You crazy?
Nate washed up, man.
Man, you crazy? Hey, if he washed up, then Khamzat finna get cleaned up in this fight. I'm telling you that right now.
But I told you this yesterday. Nate, I think he's one of the smartest fighters in the UFC. Not with his IQ in the ring or the octagon. It's just like the opponents he fight, the opponents fights or the fights that he accept. I think Nate is I think Nate Diaz is one of the smartest fighters in the UFC, not in the octagon, but outside the octagon with the fights that he accept. Yeah, this is a low risk fight for Nate Diaz. Yes, Khamzat is dangerous.
Well, Nate don't have nothing to lose. He done lost. I mean, of course it's a low risk. Well, actually, wait a minute. Nate ain't doing that bad. Wait a minute. This ain't the worst thing in the world. Like, for some reason, I thought he was lost like 5 in a row. Now, he did get beat up pretty handily here. I want to make that clear. That definitely.
The only thing is, though, look at the Anthony Pettis win. That don't really mean nothing right now.
No, but they both look. That was a good fight, though. That was a good fight. And then, look, a majority decision. Come on, man. We know what that means. Come on, man.
They making up terms now.
Come on, man. A superior decision. Like, you just making up stuff. You just saying a miscellaneous decision.
I just don't like that. The Anthony Pettis, the Conor McGregor, Michael Johnson. You never know which version you get. Michael.
2015, but that was 2015.
Well, I'm saying, but look at his history. Like his opponents, Gray Maynard.
It's a mixed match of a lot of things going on here, man. Like you got to look at recent history. Okay, yeah, he got beat pretty handily here. He looked terrible in this fight for 4 rounds, but he looked amazing for 30 seconds. And if he could bring that to this Khamzat fight, hey, he can do some things. I'm calling it, man. Nate Diaz by submission. This is gonna be this is Nate versus Conor McGregor 3. We ain't gonna get that fight, but this is gonna happen with this one. Nate Diaz comes out gonna look amazing in the first 5 minutes. He's gonna look like everything you could ever want from somebody who is in the octagon. The power is gonna be there. The wrestling's gonna be there. The energy's gonna be there. He's going to be sitting on top of the cage. He's going to be doing all that talking. But 10 minutes into this fight, it's going to turn. It's going to turn. It's going to be a different fight. So what's your early prediction?
I'm going to go with Khamzat by Mortal Kombat finish. Superman versus Doomsday finish.
I mean, that was kind of a tough fight for as long as it lasted. Man, like he kind of beat Superman over the long run.
You know what's funny? I could just see Khamzat versus Nate Diaz. I could just see them in the 3rd round and Khamzat slowing down and Joe Rogan saying, "Oh my God, now it's getting interesting." He's slowing down, and it's like, "Oh God, here we go."
And it's not even gonna take that long because Khamzat gonna have that pressure to finish Nate faster than what he should because he don't have the experience, and that's where he gonna drop the ball because Nate obviously got glaring holes in his games, but you gotta have the experience to be able to work with it, and he don't. Man, Leon would not be getting a title shot right now if he had just slipped up. If he had just fucked up a little bit more than he already had, he would not. That marquee would not say. It would not have this right here. You know, like
this fight is the irresistible force versus the immovable object. Almost.
No, this is a train wreck that you can't look away from, but you gotta watch it because something's gonna happen, and it's just gonna be interesting. And like, but hey, I'm happy for it. I'm glad. They wrong for the rest of this card. I will say to make this card anything worth watching outside of the main event, honestly, they need to add about 3 more fights on here, which they ain't gonna add 3 more good fights. They just kind of slapping the card together and then throwing us the main event because they know. Now I'm gonna tell you something else. The UFC, they had quote unquote leaked UFC. What was the one with Israel? 270. 270?
No,
271?
No, it was 276. With Israel versus Jared Cannonier.
Yeah.
It was 276, right?
Okay, dang. Oh, that was 271 where I went to see Israel Houston, my fault. So, they had accidentally leaked the card and they had Khamzat and Nate Diaz to see how people was going to respond, more than likely. And when people got excited about it, they said, no, take that one off. Because look, this is the international fight. We know that one going to sell. It didn't, by the way. But this card here gonna sell more than that whole card just because of the main event. Though the rest of the card ain't hitting on too much
So this is gonna be the opposite of how they did the Sarukian and Gamrot fight. They didn't promote it at all.
Yes.
But this fight gonna sell itself though.
Oh,
how much you be honest.
The main event.
The only thing is, I hope nobody pull out or whatever. But if somebody was
what
pull
you mean
out,
you hope nobody pull out? Anybody in the whole card could pull out, and it does not change the quality of this card at all. The only thing they need to do.
No, I'm saying this fight is carrying this card.
That's what I'm saying.
They got to both show up.
As long as this guy and this guy make it, then we'll be okay. Anybody else cannot show up and they don't do nothing. But as long as him is, hey, they're making their way to the octagon, we are good to go. You finna make $1 million. You finna sell 1 million pay-per-views, guaranteed, or somewhere close to it.